building a business, that's the biggest self-development program. Because building a business is really, you get to know yourself because you're going to get challenged in every aspect of your life.
Meet Michelle, founder of the Nomad Escape, a travel and networking community for location-independent professionals. Since launching, she has hosted 37 retreats across dozens of countries, connecting and empowering entrepreneurs worldwide. Michelle shares how building a business around her Ikigai transformed her life and how it can do the same for you. I'm John, a location-independent entrepreneur based in Bangkok. Let's begin.
Nomad Escape is actually a business and network and travel club for location-independent professionals. What we do is we bring a bunch of ambitious people together that are from different backgrounds, different industries, different cultures, different countries, different life experiences, ages, and they all come together with a common goal, and that's growth, personal and professional growth. And we do that in an online space, which is called the Inner Circle, which is an online introduction and network club where we ask you, okay, what are you building? What are you working on? And based on your goals and needs, we introduce you to other people that you could collaborate with. And then in the retreats and the events, we create a 1 week, very transformative, collaborative space where people can get to know each other on a very personal level, but from there build trust and can get to know each other on a professional level and want to collaborate with each other. Because I really believe if we want to do business, of course, business is based on, like certain professional goals that we have and financial goals, but also I think how we created an alternative way of living and doing business as location-independent entrepreneurs. Our personal values are also very important and visions that have to be aligned in order to trust each other.
It's all about networking.
Exactly.
I read on your LinkedIn that you say the who is the how.
Yeah, indeed.
Find the right people to journey with you and watch the magic happen. I really love that.
Oh, you did a good research.
Yeah. Why would you say networking is so important?
I think everything is about connections. Everything is about relationships. If you want to achieve something, I really believe in it's not about how you get there. Of course, there's certain strategies and ways to get there. But I really believe in okay, who do you know that can help you get there faster? So who do you know who already has that skill? Who do you know that already has that access to that network or to potential clientele that you want to work with? I really believe in personalized introductions. So back in the days, still it happens a lot, but let's say cold outreach, sending out emails and hi, my name is Michelle, I'm a marketer or whatever, do you want to do business with me? The online market is saturated with all these outreach campaigns. On LinkedIn, probably you as well, you get every day 10 to 20 messages hey, this is my service. But if I send people your way and say hey, talk to this person, he has been in my retreats, I think you guys should have a chat. It comes in warm. It comes in hey, I trust Michelle, I would like to explore and potentially do business. So that is actually what we really do in these retreats in the online communities, expanding a global network through a set of different exercises and frameworks.
There's not so many communities like this, I think, or companies like yours.
I think it's very unique. I have not seen anyone in the industry doing it like this. I mean, you have now, since after the pandemic, there were a lot of remote work retreats, digital nomad retreats, events, people coming together. But I think we are currently in the industry the only one who really facilitate. I'm a professional facilitator. I studied education, I studied training, social work, human behavior. So I know a lot about group dynamics and creating a learning environment where people can actually accelerate their growth in a very short amount of time, even though when they're strangers. I do that also with teams, with companies. So I think where a lot of people, went on the trend oh, digital nomads, remote work, and just put a bunch of people together and have fun, which is also great. And of course, there's interesting conversations coming out of that because when you put a bunch of smart and ambitious people, you get that. But I created really a framework that's very concentrated, that guides people through a process that in a very short amount of time, they know exactly about each other, what are they doing, and how can they help each other.
Right.
And that I have not seen it yet. So if maybe someone watching and they've seen it, feel free to share. I'm always open to exchange ideas. But I created something that I personally missed. I built this company from the Ikigai. Before, when I was doing that, I did digital marketing for other companies just to be location independent, make money while traveling the world, but it didn't fulfill my soul. And then I went really deep, okay, what is it that really drives me? And it's education, that's personal development, entrepreneurship, lifestyle, freedom, travel, connections, community, and I all combined it in one concept. And this is what I've been doing for the last 6 years. A lot of people ask me also, like, how did you find this? I really took the time. I was in Bali, actually, in Uluwatu, went offline and for 5 days drawing and really studying on, okay, what is it I really love? You can wake me up in the middle of the night. And for me, it's brainstorming about business or connecting people. I really love it. And then also, what am I naturally really good at? You can, anywhere in the world, you can throw me in a group of people and give me 10 minutes and I can help them connect. So I'm naturally good at that. Yeah. I don't know if I really studied for it, but it's my nature. And what does the world need? So what can you monetize as well is, personal and professional connection. And if they get business opportunities out of it, it's a super high ROI. It's very clear what they get out of it. That creates something very unique, actually.
I really like this value ladder thing. Can you elaborate a little bit about what value ladder is and why it's so important?
Well, a value ladder is actually a journey in your business, a stack of different products and services from low ticket or for free to high ticket. So let's say, in my case, for example, before there was like people could join my retreats or events who were more high ticket, right? Above $1,000 or $2,000, that's more high ticket. But if they don't know me, they're like, yeah, I don't know this woman. Why would I fly to Thailand and pay that money if they don't trust me, right? But then they're like, okay, I want to get to know her. I want to know her community. Okay, let me jump in this online community. That's safe first. I can get a taste of it. And then if I trust this person more, then I buy more expensive products. So you want to, as an entrepreneur, have people in a process, or online entrepreneurs, mostly with digital products, and what you see more, I would say, in the coaching and educational industry. Like you want to give people a taste of what you do for free or more lower ticket, and then you have other products that are a little bit more expensive to your high ticket to keep them in that whole customer journey and in your ecosystem. Because once they bought that, they potentially will buy more and come back. And you have different products and services that will fulfill different needs. And that is something that I really missed. I didn't know that really until last year, actually.
Right.
It took me also, like the journey in entrepreneurship, you don't know at the beginning, right?
Exactly.
So you need to go through things. And I had first the retreats, Level Up Club retreats, and then I did so many, and people were like, oh, we want to meet more people. So I made Nomad Island Fest for 100 people, 150 people, where alumni can come back and new members can join. Then I had the Build Week. It's more working on your business, not in your business, really get to work. And I'm like, okay, you have different events, but there's nothing that people can do like click now and join now online, right? So like, okay, I need to create this online community because it's all community.
So now you can like fish with a bigger net, so to say, more opportunity for your business, and for the clients.
Yeah, and also keep them connected, right? So like now you have been in a retreat, but then we have now a few people of the group already joined the inner circle. Yeah, do you really want to stay connected into depth? Then you join the inner circle, and we connect you every quarter. You get a recommendation in your inbox and like a DM of me, basically like, hey Jonathan, talk to this person.
So after having hosted thousands of people, can you tell some of the characteristics among very successful people you meet? Is there some patterns there?
Yeah, so it's interesting actually. Like what I said before, like the levels of business, right? The stage of business people are in, which I divide by escapers, builders, leaders. I see, for example, that people who are the escapers, let's say they want to start their business or they just have their first client, they just travel the world, they want to know as much as possible. And they are actually a little bit sometimes stressed about their situation. They're not sure, like they're a little bit, oh my God, what's next? What have I done? Can I do this? You know, and they want to gain a lot of information and pick everyone's brain. Then the builders, they have already a strong foundation, but they really want to have very pragmatic advice. Like, how did you build that? How does it work? Show me the insights. Show me how the systems work, right? Templates, SOPs, all these things. And then the leaders, what I see, are actually the most relaxed ones. They already set it up and they're like, I'm here. I want to help. I want to share. I also want to learn, and they get a lot out of it. But they are less stressed maybe about their business. They kind of have already set up. So they're more there to observe, also learn, get great energy, build new friendships, but also to contribute.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
You've bootstrapped this company.
Everything, yeah.
And you've built it from the ground up.
There was no framework. There was no one who taught me this. There was no one that I could copy it from. There was nothing like it. So I just made this up, right? Like most businesses. I did have, like at the beginning, a business partner, which you met, Andreas, and we went separate ways because of a different vision. It helped that I did it with him, for example, because the property where we hosted the retreat, that was of his family, from his family, and we rented it very cheap. So that gave us for sure, a little bit space for cash flow, to generate more cash flow. Yeah, we didn't get any investment. I had no mentors. I didn't know about anything. And I just did it. Yeah, the program as well. Like I never knew that I would do retreats. It was never the plan. And then because at the beginning we had a travel company and we drove from Lisbon to Rome, for example, and we did different exercises. But then because of the pandemic, we couldn't travel. So we stayed in one location, did the same program that you entered in Portugal a few years ago. Then people said, oh, you do retreats. I'm like, I don't even know what's a retreat. I never heard of it, but fine, I'll do retreats. So a lot of people have now the dream and ambition, they idealize doing retreats. Like, I never planned all of this.
Right, it just happened.
But I did build it at the end, yeah.
How did you go about it? Like, did you have mentors? Did you take a course to learn about business or?
No, I did have people in my journey for sure who supported me. Like Dave Williams is one of them. He was before the founder of Nomad X, big entrepreneur who did a big exit with a marketing agency. I did a media buying a marketing agency in the US, and he's just super passionate about everything Nomad and everything startups. So he did support me a lot throughout the journey with mindset and stuff, but no one sat really with me to explain me business. So I just had to figure it out by myself. Yeah.
What would you say are the biggest challenges running a location independent business?
Well, a location independent business brings extra challenges, like business in general. If you start up a business, you've never done it, it has a set of challenges, obviously, because it depends how you're educated and what you're already used to. But specifically, I think a location-independent business is you are dealing with different time zones. So depending what you do, if you have a, let's say, a digital business, what most of the location-independent entrepreneurs have, they mostly have team members and clients all around the world. So that's really hard, to be honest. Like I'm now in Thailand and I have US clients. So I have like 11 p.m. calls and I start already in the morning. I'm super fried. And then also team, you don't see your team physically, you're not together physically. So that's pretty hard to really build the bonds and stay motivated, because it's also a lot of, even though we have this beautiful backdrop, it's you and your laptop. And you can go to co-working space, you can, but then still it can be a very lonely journey. You're not together always with your team or with other people in the same boat. So that can be challenging for sure sometimes, energetically and with your mindset and motivation. I think that for a location independent business, that's the biggest challenge, I would say.
The loneliness, the struggles.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, that's why people sign up for the Nomad Escape, to be honest, right? Like people pay a good investment to be there and then fly all the way there. So there's a reason why they're joining. If everything would be so perfect for them, if you don't need these people, why would you come? So there's such a big urge that people say, I'm going to dedicate a week of my life, stop my operations, be there with a bunch of ambitious people and build connections, because it is hard to find when you travel.
No, we need that structure as humans, I think, that framework.
Yeah.
And the connection, obviously, other human beings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's something you have to create for yourself.
Exactly.
When you're doing the kind of things we do, running businesses remotely.
Yeah, it's very important. Not everyone has that skill. I'm here to help those people, yeah.
That's amazing. One thing I've noticed about you, Michelle, is that you're very authentic. I love that, and I think everybody that joins your retreats really love that.
Thank you.
Do you have any advice on how to stay so true to your core values and being authentic when you're building a business?
Wow, that's a good question. No one ever asked me that, and I had so many interviews. Very good question. I think you have to be very in tune with yourself, because you get challenged many times and you deal mostly as a business owner also with many different people who want to send you in many different directions, and everyone has an opinion and everyone has ideas and everyone has a different way of doing. But you feel within you if something resonates with you or not, if something aligns with your values or not. And you need to make decisions like, does this work for me? Is this how I want to live? Is it that I want to do business? Is this how I want to treat people? And then also, I really operate strongly within my Ikigai, what we were just talking about. I know what is my purpose. I know what I do. So I don't have to impress anyone. I don't have to be anyone else. Before I started this journey, I was working in corporate in Suriname in South America. And then I thought always, like, it should be possible to do business on my bare feet and travel the world and never, I want to create a life that I never have to take a holiday in that sense, like ask my boss, like, can I go out? I think when you really know what you want and really know what your Ikigai is, then you're able to communicate that with people and you never have to act like you're anyone else. you know. And like, I mean, now I'm barefoot, and in the retreat also, you know, I look like a half hippie, but I can also go to Dubai, or I can be in New York on my heels and more business dressed, but I'm still the same person. And it has to do with a lot of, I think, inner work, self-knowledge, being very confident about who you are and loving yourself a lot. Because when you don't love yourself so much, and if you don't, or if you're not comfortable with who you are, then you quickly take over behaviors of other people maybe to fit in more. And I passed that, but probably that's also age.
Yeah.
I guess when you're in 20s is different. I'm now like going to 40, I'm 37. So by then probably you have found your voice.
How did you come to this point? Like, have you done a lot of self-development work with like coaches or therapists?
I did it all, name it, and I did it. And I think, to be honest, the biggest therapy I did and self-development was the Nomad Escape. I mean, first of all, building a business, if it's Nomad Escape or not, that's the biggest self-development program. Because building a business is really, you get to know yourself, because you're going to get challenged in every aspect of your life. Your stress level, your finance, your organization, how you communicate with people. Like, you do sales and you get a no, and then you don't make money, you make a lot of money, and you fuck it up, you spend too much money, what I did. Everything, all your actions is a mirror of yourself. How your team reacts, right? My team is sometimes stressed, like, oh, that's me. I had to hire people because I didn't prepare well. I had to fire people because I, didn't budget well. So everything, it's just like one confrontation with yourself. And then especially because I am in this space of self-development and entrepreneurship and training and education, I hear so many people talking about their business and their personal situation that I learned so much. It's like a paid personal development academy that I have.
How does your day look like? How do you stay grounded on a daily basis?
So basically, like now I'm pretty grounded. Like after the retreat, I get up mostly around 6. Then I have a cup of coffee, I journal, and then I start working out. So I do a little bit of very short, not die-hard workout, but like 15 to 30 minutes, like high intensity training, or push-ups, sit-ups, squatting. Then I do yoga, like stretching, meditation, about 10 minutes. And then I sit a bit around, take a shower, dress myself up for the day, and then the first thing I do is planning. So I make time blocks every morning. That's the first thing I do. I take 15 minutes to really plan in my day, and then I communicate it with the team, like how my day looks like. And then I start working, and I really work in time blocks. I work with a Pomodoro timer. I put high focus music from YouTube. I have like a certain playlist that really gets me in the groove. And then, okay, bam, 25 minutes, focus, next, focus, next. But then I'm a lot alone. I'm working alone behind a laptop, and then I get probably very restless around lunchtime, and I need to get up. I go somewhere for lunch, and I come back home, or I work in coffee shops in different places. But it really depends. I do a lot of conferences and events, like I host and I participate, so then it's totally different. You can't work like that and be super, then I'm not too grounded. I'm actually pretty hectic, to be honest. But then I need a period like this. I hide myself in the jungle and I isolate myself to get the grounding back. Yeah.
That sounds like a brilliant protocol.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Any final thoughts?
Well, for anyone who's watching, I would say whatever your goals and ambitions are, you have to really be with the right people. Your environment is everything. I mean, this is great. I can sit in the jungle and I can ground, but in order to grow, I do need to have input from other people. I do need to learn from people who are farther than me. So whatever you want to learn or whatever your goals are, surround yourself with people who are already there and are doing it, or can give you really that motivation and positive energy. It will make such a big difference, because figuring things out by yourself can be a very lonely journey and can be really demotivating and draining sometimes. Don't let that happen, because I mean, if you consider to start a business, you have something to give to the world, you have something to offer. And it's a pity if the world cannot experience like you do. You can always help a few people. So yeah, be intentional with the people you spend your time with, I'd say. Yeah.
Amazing final thoughts. I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this. It was amazing. And this is epic.